how much it will cost and how long it will take to replace 2 front struts on any of these Airmatic suspensions. Hello and welcome to Benz Addiction. If you see this sagging suspension at the front or rear happening most of the time with any of your Mercedes Airmatic suspension system, you need to do something immediately before you end up with more cost with a burnt Airmatic pump as well. Please don't forget to support me with your likes, subscribes and hypes. Thank you. This is how it looks after 2 days of sitting. So as you can see, the front is completely lowered and sagged because of the front air shock leaks. But as soon as you start the car, it raises itself. So at this point, we only need soapy water to spray on the connections, the air connections, just like that. And also on the main block that distributes all the air to the 4 struts, air struts. If it's not leaking and you can't find the leak, there is a very good chance that you'll be able to find the leak on the strut itself. So what we do, we spray soapy water and we wait a few seconds, because this one is a very slow leak. You might want a few seconds, and then if you see such a thing over here, we only added soapy water, but now we have lots of bubbles over here. It's a very slow leak, but it's happening. So our air strut is completely shot and it needs replacement. Before we start, we need to know that the Airmatic suspension fuse is over here. And you need to remove this before starting the work. So number 107, which is this one over here, is the Airmatic suspension. And this one is the air pump for the catalytic converter warmers. So we need to remove this one. Secure the front of the car with jack and stands properly and safely. I bought a pair of front struts for W164 for $350 with 2 years warranty, and they look really good. So because our new strut doesn't have a series of clips over here for the cables and wires, ABS sensors and stuff like that, we are not going to touch these clips over here. And instead, we are going to cut this cable tie so we can have it completely out and preserve it for the new strut. So basically this is what's going to happen, and you just put it aside. Next, we are going to spray some WD-40 on all the bolts and nuts that we are going to take next, like this one. And the lower strut bolt as well. And the top 3 bolts. To remove the sway bar link, we need number 21 and a 6mm Allen in the center, so we don't get that knot spinning freely. Just like that. Pro tip, if you clean the threads on this before even undoing the bolt, it will be much easier. Number 24 on this side and number 25 on the other side. With 2 lower bolts done, we move to the top. Okay, first of all, on top, we need to unscrew this nut over here to remove the air inside the system, and that shrinks the strut, and that really helps in removing the strut as well. And then also we need to make sure we've got our safety glasses on just to avoid any debris or anything inside our eye. There will be pressure inside the strut, so be careful, and we will have some air coming out of this as well. So we'll use number 10 gently with holding the line in place. And as you can see, it starts gradually releasing the air. We give it some time to gently remove the air and not have the pressure at once. So we let it leak for a while. And that was all that was in the system. So now we can go ahead and remove these three, dropping the struts completely. So don't forget that we've got 3 washers as well. And just like that, our strut is dropped. To undo the cable for the struts, we need to remove this plastic nut over here. And then if you remove top 3 10mm bolts and this plastic nut, we will be able to access the connector behind the plastic, which is over here. Okay, here is the connector over here, just behind the plastic. Let's undo it. Okay, just like that. And finally, to remove the struts from its position, because it's going to be difficult with the hub so high, with the U-shaped strut, we are going to undo this bolt as well and remove it without requiring a ball joint remover. How? I'm going to loosen this nut. So first of all, let's loosen this nut over here. But we do not loosen all the way. And all we need is, that's it. It's removed. Now we can safely undo this nut and remove the strut. That's so easy. And now it's much easier to remove this U-shaped strut lower piece from the drive shaft and lower control arm. So the hardest part is removing this U shape from the drive shaft and control arm. And it's much easier with the removal of the top control arm plus this. It's only 1 bolt, 21mm. And then, as you can see, it's completely out. So question is that if these 2 left and right are interchangeable, and I would say, yes, they are. But AI would tell you that they are not interchangeable. I can see same part numbers from ATI over here, and also they are very, very same. Okay, first, when we put back the strut, we need to make sure that the orientation is correct. And then what we do, it's difficult, especially when you are working alone. Do not worry about these washers or the bracket. Just put 1 knot in and let it stay there. However, it's easier. Just we need to be sure that the orientation is correct. And that's it. Next, we go ahead and put this U shape. We need to lift it and put it on top of the control arm and drive shaft. That's what we need to do. And then the rest is very, very easy. As soon as we put the strut in place, the U shape in place, we can go ahead and put back these 3 nuts properly with the washers and bracket. And then slightly tightening, and later on we will torque it down. Now that everything is almost in place, the wiring is very important. We are going to hook up the wiring and sort out all the wiring. So And then we can put back all the top 3 screws and this plastic nut in place. Next step is to put back this upper control arm in place. And this requires jacking up from underneath the hub. Later on, we will torque this down to the spec. Now we need to make sure that all the wirings are routed correctly and in place. It's now time to put back this strut bolt back, and it's going to happen again using the jack because that makes the job much easier. We are jacking up the hub. Just a little more, and that's it. Now we are going to put the sway bar link back, but we need to jack up underneath the sway bar itself to push it up, otherwise it won't reach. Very easy. Make sure you have the washer between the sway bar link and the strut mounting place. And then we put the nut back. And now we are ready to torque down everything to the spec because the project is almost done. Don't forget to put back this cable tie to tighten the bracket for all the cables. It's very important, otherwise if that becomes loose it might be a safety hazard. 50 Newton meter is the spec for tightening these 3 nuts for the top of the strut. The sway bar link to the strut is 100 Newton meter. The upper control arm to the hub is 45 Newton meter plus 90 degree after. 265 Newton meter. This is very important. You need to jack up the hub to the height and then torque this down, otherwise you end up with premature bushing wear. And now we go 90 degrees. And this is 90 degrees. That's 100. And finally, 50 Newton meter. If the fitting for the airline is not in a good shape, you have extra coming with the strut, and there is O-ring, a rubber O-ring over here. You can replace that too. Last but not least, don't forget to put back the airlines. You only need to hand tight these logically and not over tighten because you'll strip the thread. Also, do not forget to put back the 40 amp fuse. Torquing the lug nuts to 120 Newton meter. Okay, now it's time to start the engine and see how it goes up after checking everything twice. Almost 90 seconds for the suspension to come up, and the air pump stopped working. So as you can see, everything is looking good. Let's go out and check it outside. Okay, here is how it looks outside. Let's look at both sides. Looking very even. This is the normal height. We can raise this even higher as well. And it is ready for another 10 years of beautiful servicing. Nothing can beat Mercedes Airmatic suspension. If you are interested to know how long it took for me to replace both front struts, it took me 3 hours without, of course, filming. It might be a bit less or more for you, depending on your condition and the tools you have. I highly recommend you to do this and save a lot of money, but be extra careful, especially when it comes to safety. Also, the cost for this project was 350 Australian dollars, almost 220 US dollars. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching, liking, subscribing. Have a great day. Enjoy your Mercedes. Bye.
Phil.